Hey everybody, Super Saiyan is back for another video. So we're just I guess the word for the day will be, I don't know, I'm liking Uppalavana again. I'll probably like, usually I like to stick to the same ones over and over because that helps with the concentration. If you're bouncing around to different words all the time, it's harder to get the concentration, at least I feel in my experience. So I guess I'll just go with Uppalavana again because I don't know why. I just like to say that word. It flows off the tongue. Really good. Another word I like saying is Padmasambhava, but Uppalavana is more of my favorite. So okay, cool. All right. Let me think here. Do I need to do anything? No. I think we're good. All right. Let's start. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Now we can start. Uppalavana. Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh, excuse me. Uppalavana, 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 oof, Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Side note, I think I've said this in a other video, but I'm going to say it again. Like what I'm doing right now, usually I do it internally. I say the phrase or word over and over again mentally, and I usually do that like all day. So like all day, whenever I get the chance or whenever I remember, I'm doing it like all the time. So basically all day, I'm off again, doing these mantras. The right here is just the documenting part. It's just to document that I'm doing this. But I'm doing this. It's not just for this set amount of time, like an hour or however long I do these videos for. I'm always mentally doing mantras, whether it's regardless, just all day, every day. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. 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 Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Oh, excuse me. Man. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh, excuse me. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Actually, quick side thought that I just had. Something that's particularly interesting about the Sikh tradition, so Sikhism, Guru Nanak. A lot of people, they get turned off with the turbans and the beards and stuff like that. So that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to say that you need to at least pay. It's probably a good idea to pay attention to at least the message that Guru Nanak is preaching. Out of all the in India, South Asia, there's many religious traditions and stuff like that. Sikhism is like it's one of the largest. I mean, it's still pretty small compared to like Hinduism and Buddhism and Jainism and stuff like that, but it's still pretty significant. It's mostly in the Western India and a huge swath of Pakistan. So one aspect, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but basically, you know how like in Buddhism, you always hear like that you need to empty your cup. I mean, that's like, you hear that all the time. Like, your cup is full, you need to empty it or something like that. Because you can't be filled with new stuff if you already have a full cup. So something interesting of that is there's a story with Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, where he had a cup with I think either he had a cup of milk, or someone else had the cup of milk, and instead of having the cup and like throwing it out and being like, hey, you need to be empty or something like that, what he does is he takes a flower, he picks a flower, a beautiful smelling flower, and puts it on top of the milk, right? So it's basically like a flower, a beautiful, like fragrant, nice flower on top of milk. And the message he's saying, to my understanding, is basically he's like, religion, spirituality should add fragrance to your life. It should add beauty to your life. You shouldn't have to, oh, let's go hardcore. Let's go, meditation in the forest for like 10 hours. Yeah, hardcore. Empty my cup. Emptiness, impermanence. Suffering. No. He's like, just make spirituality a part of your life. Like, make it just part of your everyday life, like your everyday thing. You're every day, all day, you're always praying, or you're always doing some kind of yoga, or you're always in whichever way you feel is best to worship spirituality. For some people it's idols, for some people it's prayer, for some people it's beads and stuff like. Everyone has their own unique way of worshiping God, okay, or worshiping the divine or whatever. So Guru Nanak is like, hey bro, just chill the fuck out and like make this shit pleasurable. Spirituality doesn't have to be some fucking hardcore thing where you're fucking emaciated and all that shit. It can be a very pleasurable experience. Actually, his enlightenment, his story from being born to like enlightenment and stuff like that, it's really amazing. Like, he's just a chill motherfucker, bro. Like, Guru Nanak is just chill. Like, all he does is just sing songs. He does bhajans, which are spiritual songs to the divine. That's all he does. His entire fucking life is just singing songs to fucking God. That's all he does. That's all he fucking does. So, where there's Buddha, who goes into like the forest, or Milarepa, who's like in the fucking Himalayan mountains, like emaciated, looking like a fucking ghost and shit like that. You don't have, like, there are many approaches to spirituality. If someone tells you you need to do this, or you need to do this way, tell them to fuck off, because spirituality can be whatever you need it to be. Whatever you need to get your spiritual dose for the day. Whether it's you need to do it 24/7, or you just need to do it for 30 minutes or whatever, do you. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Listen to yourself. What is your convictions telling you? and follow it. I'm just saying with Guru Nanak, these are people that no one really pays. Everybody pays attention to Buddhism and Hinduism and stuff like that. No one really pays that much attention to Jainism, Mahavira, or Sikhism and Guru Nanak. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But Guru Nanak has a lot. Honestly, out of all of them, Guru Nanak's probably one of the most chill. He has one of the most. He has really one of the best messages out there of out of all like the sages and stuff like that. I guess another one who's probably good would be Ramakrishna and stuff like that. Ramana Maharishi's a little bit on the hardcore side, but I mean, there's something to spirituality, folks. There's something there. I know there's a lot of bullshit around it, and well, you can't prove this and you can't do this yet and stuff like that. And trust me, I used to be atheist for a very long time. You don't have to convince me that there's stupidity in religion. There's a lot of stupidity, a lot of bigotry, a lot of dogma. You don't have to convince me of that shit. There's a lot of stupidity in religion. I'm just saying, and spirituality. There's a lot of stupidity in spirituality. It's not like I'm not trying to play a fucking word game here. I'm just telling you that when it comes to the divine, there is something to it. Okay, there is something to it. There's more. There's something there. I can't prove it yet. I don't really have the experiences. I've had some experience. I've had something, but nothing that I could be like, yeah, that's what it fucking is, kind of thing like that. So all I'm saying is there's something to the divine. So all right, I'm coming back to my mantras now. Man, it's starting to. It's not pouring rain, but it's starting to get a little bit. I have it cracked open a little bit. Should be good. All right, let's get back to mantras and pranayama. Okay. Uppalavana. 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 Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh my gosh, this is pissed me off now. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh man. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh, man. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh, excuse me. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Excuse me. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh man. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavanu, Uppalavani, Uppalavanu, Uppalavani, Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavane, Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. We're gonna keep going with this. Like I'm gonna keep going. Like I'm gonna try to get it to like hours and hours of it. That's my intention. Is to do just to show how much fucking devotion I have. I'm gonna show how much devotion I have. Just keep on going. Today I'll probably end up going for like an hour or something. I only got like 15 more minutes, so we'll just keep going and we'll probably cap it at an hour here. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. 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 Uppalavana, Uppalavana. 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 Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Okay. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh my goodness, man. I really love this meditation. I'm not gonna lie. I used to hate mantra meditation, but for some reason, or mantra devotion or whatever, I really like this. Like, I actually like saying the mantras better than I do the pranayama, to be honest. I'm really liking this. I enjoy this. I could be here all day, to be honest. And I am here all day. I just do it mentally. Uppalavana, 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 oh man, Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavanta, Uppalavana, Uppalavanta, Vanta. Vanta, Vanta, you want the Vanta, Vanta? Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Oh, excuse me. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. Uppalavana, 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 Uppalavana. All right, Super Sans here. I'm doing this every day, folks. Every day. All right, get it done.